I was actually working for another care company locally, and we came across a lot of Consultus Carers, and we always held Consultus Carers in high esteem. They had a reputation for being the best. I was looking for something that was flexible, that suited my kind of lifestyle at the time. I was very happy to travel. I was actually living in Denmark at the time and was happy to travel over. I enjoyed the 2-week booking stint. I know you can do more weeks if you want to. I was very happy with 2 weeks and then have a break after that. I'm very happy to travel around the UK. I didn't have a fixed area that I particularly wanted to work in, so I got to see a lot more of the UK than I did when I actually lived here. It's a lovely sort of homogenous mix of qualities. I don't think it's one particular thing. It may be half a dozen, maybe 10. The main one I would say is empathy. You've really got to like people, and I love older people. I love lots of age groups, but I particularly love the older folk. You've got to be patient if you have patience if you're listening to them. You've got to be patient when you're assisting them with their daily routine. You have to work at their pace. Nobody likes to be rushed. And actually they're in their own home. There isn't, unless they've got an appointment to go to or someone's coming to the house at a certain time. Half the pleasure of being at home is doing things, marching to the beat of your own drum. You're not going to be rushed when you can take your little bit of time and enjoy. So you've really got to like people. And you'll have a lot of contact with family members, generally. So they may ask you to be on a WhatsApp group, or you'll communicate through the Consultus Connect platform. Again, a good way of keeping in touch. You've got family members far away, some around the corner, but they all want to know on a daily basis how mum or dad are. You have to be flexible. Although older people tend to have a fixed routine, something may happen. Something may happen overnight, a health situation that you've got to deal with. You've got to be calm. That's another quality, I think. Remain calm, because if you start to flap, that will just be passed on, and then, the situation can get a little bit worse. Read the situation. What has worked for you in one booking may not necessarily work for you in another. You need a sense of humour, but your humour may not match theirs. So read your audience, as we say. Be sociable. If they have people coming to the house, be a good hostess. Make the teas, the coffees, bake a cake for them. Make it a lovely occasion for people to come and visit. Offer to take people out on a nice day. If they're able to walk, even with a rollator or a frame or in a wheelchair, take them out and get them some fresh air, because they want the variety as well, and it's good for you to get out. You've got to have a kindness about you that can just sort of generate, and be tidy, be organised and be tidy. These are just basic qualities that you need. Be a good cook. If you're a good cook and you enjoy cooking, bring your cookery skills, depending on dietary requirements, to that booking. There are many other qualities, but I think I've hopefully covered most of them. Try it. I tried it and I absolutely love it. I've had many careers, but I would say this is one of the most rewarding. It is very flexible. You're working half the year. I choose to work 20 to 22 weeks a year. I have in the past done some voluntary and charity work, but I'm working now as a means to fund my lifestyle and just to exist, really. So the salary is very good. It's flexible, so you choose the weeks that you can work, the time that you can give to Consultus, and they'll fit in the bookings according to your own diary. So that's also very good. Be confident in yourself. If you don't have to have any formal qualifications to be a carer. You have to be level-headed, you have to have empathy, And you have to be able, if you've raised children, or you've run a home and you've looked after elderly parents, or run an errand for a neighbour who's frail and infirm, you have those qualities to be a carer, and the rest will come with your experience. In the main, a very positive experience, and I've had a lot of support from the office. So as you know, I started as a care consultant, and I know all the background of Consultus. I know all about the family history, how the company was first formed. I know that their systems are fail-safe. When I joined Consultus, I came from another care agency, but I joined the induction team, and I had the joy of working with the nurses who train you, so I know how the training system works. I've come in regularly to do my updates as required. Consultus will help you, because I'm not particularly good at organising my own CRB check, or DBS check, I think they call it now, and police checks and things like that. They're going to help you all the way. I've been stuck with in between bookings. I've needed somewhere to stay. I can phone up and somebody from the carer house department will happily put me into the accommodation. So that's also a nice backup that Consultus can offer you. So as I say, it's been a very, very positive experience. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend Consultus. I'm trying to recruit some friends to join us, because I know how well they would get on, how much they'd enjoy the Consultus experience. We talk about the Consultus family, and it is still very much a family-owned and driven company, and you don't get that with the larger care agencies around. They do look after you. I've been given bookings in the areas that now work for me. I've got a daughter living quite close to the office here, so my bookings tend to be in this area. I've also been offered work to go with the client abroad to accompany them on holiday. So I've been to France and Spain and Scandinavia, which has just been amazing. So there are lots and lots of opportunities out there. I know they cover the whole of the UK, and it might be that now I start to go a little further afield. From the moment you make that first inquiry all the way through, I've always felt, however much experience I've had in the past, I've always felt that there's a big team there, a bigger picture than the one consultant that's looking after you. When you come in for your training, you're going to meet fellow carers. Some are on update, so they've already been with Consultus a while, and then they're going to come in every year and do their updates for their moving and positioning training, their basic first aid, things like that. You'll bump into the same people, and then you'll meet another new group, and these are your people when you first come in and join Consultus and do your training. These are the ones you'll be buddies with. So invariably you're staying in the carer house, you exchange numbers, you get to know these girls, and these are your friends, plus the ones you meet, the outgoing and the incoming carers in bookings. And if you have a regular client, you're going to keep seeing these people over the month, and it's great. These are your new social friends. I've made a lot of friends, South African carers. I've had invitations to go and stay near Kruger National Park, is it called? Kruger? Maybe one day, who knows? But we've all got one thing in common. We all want to be carers, and we want to make a difference to people's lives. So you've got that affinity straight away with these girls that come in, or chaps, but mainly girls, I think at the moment. So you get support if you're stuck. If you come across something in a booking, however many bookings you've had, however many times you may return to one client, something will crop up that you've not come up against and you haven't covered in training. It's something unusual, maybe a one-off. You know you can phone a consultant, or if they can't help, you can phone one of the girls from training. I know we've got the Consultus Connect platform, so we can use that as well if we want to contact people and have support. But we've got the office staff there, we've got people who can organise accommodation for you if you need somewhere to stay in between bookings. We've got the 3 carer houses, which are absolutely gorgeous and luxurious and a lovely place to stay in between bookings, or perhaps your client's passed away suddenly, and until you get your next booking you can go and stay in the carer's house. And it's another part of that sort of Consultus umbrella, that comfort blanket as well. It's another means of support for you. If you've come from, I knew a girl who came from Australia to work, but we have a lot of girls from South Africa. They're a long way from home. And it's nice to know you've got more than just one person at the end of the phone. It's part of that Consultus family and all the little sort of leaves on their tree, if you like, their branches that are there to help you if you need it. If you don't need it, fantastic, keep doing a good job.